Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to look at unit trusts and compare them with government bonds. At the end of the episode, I would like you to be able to know exactly which one really grows your money. If you are new here, you are welcome. This is me, Jones Chipeta. I do treasury bills and government bonds lessons, and then I'm also a lecturer in business mathematics, costing, and accounting. If you have got a question, or you want one-on-one coaching, or you just want to say hi, just send me a text via WhatsApp and I will be able to chat with you. Everything I'm going to share today is coming from this ebook that I've written, Unit Trust Manual. It is not called a manual for nothing. It is a manual because I've done all the research for you, I've done all the donkey work for you, and I've put all the information in one book. I do research and document my research so that even if I'm gone, my children can come back and refer to the materials that I had created. You might be asking a question, why compare these two investment vehicles, bonds and unit trust? Well, the first thing is, when you know the difference between the two, you will be able to choose wisely what fits your goals. If you don't understand what bonds are and how different they are from unit trusts, it will be very difficult for you to make the correct decision. Other than that, unit trusts and bonds are safer ways to grow your money. In the risk index, you begin with, first of all, investing in yourself. When you invest in yourself, that is the most safest investment you can ever do. Why? Because you can control yourself. There is no loss in investing in yourself. The second level after you have invested in yourself is to invest in government bonds and treasury bills. After that, the third level is unit trusts. Like I earlier said, we have got 10 investment options in Zambia, and I'm going to walk you through all of them. And then, since primarily I teach government bonds and treasury bills, I'll be like comparing this with those other investments. So in this episode, I'm focusing on unit trust. And then I've got exciting news for those that are in my mentorship program. Beginning on the 1st of November, I'm going to do a 10-day online course in unit trusts. You don't want to miss that. We are going to dive deep into this investment vehicle so that the next time you go to invest, you can invest with confidence. What is a unit trust? A unit trust is like that red big pot. So what we are going to do with that pot is that we are going to get the lid here and remove the lid. Then everybody is going to put in their cash in that pot. Then a professional fund manager is going to get that money, and then he's going to invest that money in bonds, T-bills, shares, properties, and any other investments that are there. What is a government bond? So a government bond is when you lend money to the government for a fixed period of time. You can invest your money for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, for 7 years, 10 years, and 15 years. And why you are investing that money in government bonds is because you want to be getting a fixed income. So this is the key word, fixed income. When you lend your money to the government is going to pay you interest. That interest is called a coupon, and that interest is paid every 6 months. As long as your bond has not matured, every 6 months you'll be getting this interest. At maturity, you'll be given back the principal and the interest as well. In short, you invest once, but you earn a fixed interest every 6 months until maturity. Let us do a comparison. Let's look at unit trusts and government bonds. Unit trusts are managed by a fund manager. the government bonds are managed by the government via the Bank of Zambia. Now let's look at the minimum that is required for you to get started. So for unit trust, it depends on the firm, but of course you can start with as low as 100 kwacha. Some firms do 500, some firms do 1,000, some firms do 2,000. So what you want to do is to go and do a personal research to go and find out what's the minimum for each firm. Those who are in my mentorship program, I'm going to give you the firms that I recommend. I can't do that online like this, but of course those who are in my private group, I'll be able to give you the names of the companies that I recommend. You can go and research and find out what their minimums are. By now we all know that for government bonds it's 1,000. Now let's look at the return. This is why we are investing, isn't it? Yeah, we are interested in the interest. So for unit trust, you expect something between 10% to 25% plus. For government bonds, you expect something between 15% to 20%. Let me just emphasize that the return on a unit trust largely depends on the fund type. And we're going to look at this later as we dive deep into this topic. Let's compare risk. For unit trust, we say risk is moderate because of course it depends on the fund type that you have chosen, and also these particular funds, they are regulated. The players in this field, they are monitored by the Security Exchange every now and then, and as such we can simply say the risk that is attached to this investment vehicle is moderate. Then when it comes to government bonds, we can say that the risk is low. We can't say it's zero risk. Of course, when you're talking about default risk, like the government failing to pay you interest and the principal, that is not there. It's zero. But there are other risks, like the 7 risks. Now, if you want me to talk about the risks that come with investing in government bonds, just comment in the comments and say risk. If I see many risks in the comment, I'm going to do a video for you on that particular topic. Now let's look at access to funds. With unit trusts, you can get your money within days. Some companies is 2 days, some companies is 5 days. Give a notice to your fund manager to say, I want my money, I've got an emergency. Within 48 hours or so, your money will be processed. However, for a government bond, you only start reaping after 6 months. And then also the principal is only paid at maturity. And the lowest duration for an investment in a government bond is 2 years. And then if you want to sell your bond, it's not automatic. You have to do that on the secondary market. Then on the secondary market, it's a 50-50 thing. It depends whether you are going to find a buyer or not. So that is one of the differences. So unit trusts are best for beginners and those regular savers and those who cannot afford the minimum 1,000 but they still want to invest. Unit trusts are the best. Then for long-term investors, those who can, part away with their funds for a longer period, say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, government bonds are for you. For those who are still interested in unit trusts, what you do is just join my mentorship program. We are going to dive deep into this topic in a period of 10 days. Now, why are people choosing unit trusts? So I've written some notes for you. I'm going to share these notes to you via WhatsApp. So if you are in my free WhatsApp group, all these slides I'm going to send them to you. But of course, I can do a comment here and there. So why are people choosing unit trusts to grow their money? First of all is people now have become educated. So they have known that putting money in a savings account is not profitable because the banks will give you a rate that is below the inflation rate. Currently, inflation is at 12.3%. If you don't believe me, go to your bank, ask them, on the savings account that you are giving me, how much interest are you going to give me? You will see that they'll give you at a rate that is below the inflation rate. That's why we say it's not wise to put your money in a savings account. But of course, we know that unit trusts, they earn higher returns, higher than what the inflation rate is. And let's be honest, it's not everybody that has the investment expertise. Some of us, we are busy with our work, we are busy with our children, we are busy with projects. We don't have time to start studying the market, to study the interest rates, the trend, the risks, and so forth and so on. That is why, if you are a busy person, you might want to do unit trust, because you know that unit trusts are managed by professionals who invest for you. For some, a 1,000 is big money, but for some, that's just something for a drink over the weekend. But if you feel that 1,000 is too much, you can do unit trust. Unit trusts are flexible because you can start small. Even with 100 kwacha or 500 kwacha, you can start investing. The other issue with government bonds is that your money is locked up for a very long time. So if you don't want your money to be locked up for a long time, you go to unit trust. And if you look at unit trust, you can invest at any time, at any day. It's just a matter of doing a transfer. But for government bonds and treasury bills, it's not like that. You can only buy treasury bills twice in a month. You can only buy bonds once a month. So if you want to develop a culture of saving, you do unit trust, because you know that as you are making money, you can be saving money at any time. I'm going to send these slides to you. You can go through these notes and enjoy them. Now, I did the research. I was looking at the interest rates, the fund type, looking at the unit trusts in Zambia. The research I did is as at that date. The market changes. So if you want to, you can still do your own research just in case there is a change on the interest rate. So the money market unit trusts that invest in treasury bills and short-term government bonds and fixed deposits, the range is usually between 6% and 15%. For a balanced fund, that is a mix of government bonds, shares, and the like, is somewhere between 8 to 24%. High yield fund, that's longer term government bonds and the like, is between 15 and 26%. And then for shares, is somewhere between 20 and 30%. So let me just do a commentary on this. Now, when you go to any fund company, anytime you go to a fund company, you want to ask them, this money market fund that you have, where are you investing the money? You want to be clear. If you want to go for the balanced fund, you ask your fund manager, where is this money invested? These companies might name these funds differently, but of course they are regulated. In short, they cannot just invest in anything they feel like. For instance, they can't just wake up and go and invest in gold or copper or farming, because they are regulated. These fund managers are told where to invest the money. If these rates are appetizing to you, you might consider unit trusts. When should you choose whether to go for a unit trust or to go for a government bond? If you are looking at flexibility, and if the minimum you have to get started is small, go for unit trusts. If you have got medium to long-term range goals, then you can go for unit trust, because they don't lock in your money for a long period of time, and then you can be able to withdraw the money as well when you want to. If the issue of professional management excites you, you can go ahead and do unit trust. But when do you do bonds? When do you go for government bonds? If you are looking for fixed income, like the money that can be coming every month or every 6 months, reliable income, yeah, you go for government bonds. And if you are looking for long-term security, you are not looking for the medium or the short-term, but long-term security, then you look at government bonds. And if the issue of safety with the government is something of priority to you, yeah, then you go for government bonds. Now I want to find out from you, what are you going to go for? In the comments below, let me know. Are you going for unit trusts or are you going for bonds? So if you're going for unit trusts, just say unit trusts. If you're going for bonds, just say bonds. If you're going for both, say both. But of course, we know that the best investors use both and not one or the other. Let's say you have a 10,000. How much should you put in unit trusts or should you put in bonds? Or should you just do one or the other? We said unit trusts are for you if you're looking for flexible and professionally managed investments. However, if you want to go for bonds, bonds can be for you if you're looking for safe, fixed income, and government-backed investment vehicles. If that's what you are looking for, then you can go for bonds. Bonds are going to do you good. And then I highly recommend that you read. So far, I think I've sold over 100 copies of the Unit Trust Manual. Now, what I'm encouraging you to do is to read. I've seen Zambians, we have a tendency of buying a book and not reading it. Buy it and read it. And then I'm not saying invest in unit trust only. I'm not saying invest in government bonds only. What I'm saying is get an education. Learn more about government bonds. Learn more about unit trust. And then choose both or choose any. You can either go for this or you can go for this. It doesn't matter. But you want to do all of this after you have attained knowledge. If you are not yet in my mentorship WhatsApp group, you are missing out a lot. Just WhatsApp me and with the words mentorship, then I'll be able to guide you on how to join my mentorship WhatsApp group. Use this line to contact me on WhatsApp. So if you want to buy your first government bond with confidence, that's the place to be. If you want to understand unit trust, that's the place to be. If you want to be paid every month without working, you join my mentorship WhatsApp. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to WhatsApp me on this number. We have a special promo for October. So this ebook here is 50 kwacha. This ebook is 50 kwacha. Then this ebook here is 50 kwacha. And then this ebook here is 100 kwacha. Because this is more of a strategy book, Profit from Bonds. When you buy this ebook for 50 kwacha, I'm giving you these 2 books for free. So you buy one, you get 2 books for free. This promo is only applicable in October. After October, if you want to buy these ebooks, these life-changing ebooks, you will have to pay the full price for them. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and grab these books now.